Hey, welcome to Waking Up to Win.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Chad.
And this is your space for real estate motivation, mindset, and the kind of coaching that pushes you from stuck to a top producer.
We are all about helping agents work on their business, not just run ragged in it.
And we believe there is more than enough room at the top for everyone to win.
Let's dive in.
Hi, Chad.
Hi, how are you this week?
Getting ready for Christmas. How about you?
you?
You're kind of Christmassy today
Am I?
in your green hoodie.
Okay.
I have green fingernails.
Well, are those green? I thought they were gold, black and gold.
They were supposed to be black and gold, but they throw a little green, like Christmas tree green.
I don't know. I think they look black and gold to me.
Okay. That's what they were supposed to
Yeah,
be.
for sure. Hold them up so the people can see.
But one of them broke, so we won't hold that one up.
Put your gorilla hand out for the camera so people can see.
Now people don't know why I called it the gorilla hand. Now it just sounded mean.
We should tell, that did sound mean. We should tell that story.
When we first started the podcast, I feel like the cameras were
It
different.
was the old podcast.
Yeah. And so
Real
I
Chat
sat
Annie
one
and Chad,
time.
which is still streaming on the platforms if you want to go back and
But I
catch
sat
up
with
to
my-
vintage Annie and Chad.
I sat with my hand like this one time.
All the time.
But-
you used to sit in these chairs like this.
And my hands looked like they were like 10 times the size. And the first time Jamie watched the podcast, he goes, "What is wrong with your hands?" So now I'm like purposely always like this because they were like gorilla hands.
I do like your nails.
Thanks, Chad.
They're very Christmassy. I am in the Christmas spirit this year. Like this is the first year in a few years I've been excited about Christmas. So, which is why I chose the quote for this week.
What's the quote?
It's really not all that,
Just give it to us.
yeah. When you choose joy, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, it reminds others of what joy feels like. And it just might inspire them to do the same.
Mm. That's good.
I like that one.
That's
Oh,
very
good for
appropriate.
this time of year.
It's true.
Merry Christmas. And all about joy and
And choosing.
everything's a choice.
That's right.
Get up and make your choice. I want to say chocolate or vanilla. I'm not sure why. I know
Let's
that.
not go down that rabbit hole today. Let's just stick with that. Was a great quote.
It was a great quote. That just jumped into my head about choosing chocolate or vanilla, and I can't remember why I'm choosing chocolate or vanilla now, but I remember it being a thing we talk about a lot.
It's a whole nother show.
Oh, so big plans for Christmas?
The normal plans, lots of family time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning on getting lots of baby time.
Consists of, what do you do for Christmas? What's your tradition?
Well, funny you should ask. Be very careful here on how I explain that. So I'm at that chapter in life where the kids are grown and now they have kids and their spouses have other sides of family. So things are looking different this year for us. So normally we do Christmas Eve. And this year we're doing December 26th. It's going to be our Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve, I'm going to Christmas Eve service at church and then maybe out to dinner and then just have like a totally nice, quiet, relaxing night at home with me and my husband and my mother-in-law and father-in-law.
You're not going to carry on the tradition of your mother and father before you and travel to the casino on the night when you don't have your kids over Christmas?
My mom and dad's tradition was to go to the casino on Christmas Day because they had us on Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day
because their
they
kids
didn't,
all
but-
had spouses and whatever, so that's what they chose to do. So now that it's your turn, you should go to the casino.
My mom and dad
on Christmas Eve.
I don't disagree, but my husband would disagree.
I think it's good. I think it would be good juju. Lois would be with you.
Maybe, but my mom and dad both liked the casino. That's
I know.
there was where the magic is.
I
My husband
divorce
is
Jamie. And
my husband is more of a
get
Ebenezer
married and
Scrooge
this,
when it
know.
happens with the casino.
Mine is too.
He would rather invest that money or pay off a bill or He does not like my YOLO life philosophy. And my dad always said, you can't take it with you.
That's the truth.
So anyhow.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're doing Christmas Eve and Christmas Day this year. Ours changes every year. But
we're doing
don't really
Christmas
have
Day
that.
and the day after.
I just soon stay home if I'm being honest with you, but it's just me.
Really?
Yeah. It's just also like, I don't know, I guess maybe it's, I don't know.
I have little kids again in our family.
So
little kids make the magic.
So my brother's girlfriend has 2 kids that come to Christmas, been for 3 years now. They're 4 and 6 now, maybe 5 and 7, somewhere in that age bracket. So they're fun. I mean, that does make it fun, but it's mostly adults and,
And I'm going to New York.
For New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Well, New Year's Day. I'm not going to see the ball drop. I'm going to get there for the aftermath, I guess.
You don't want to be there when the ball drops anyways.
I don't?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It looks pretty cool.
Mikey did it one year before he met me. He was a lot younger.
That was a long time ago, though.
But I hear it's awful. Oh. It's all blocked off. It's corrals. You have to wait in line just to get in like a day beforehand. And then once you're in there, you're in there.
Yeah.
And there's no bathrooms.
Oh.
And people stay in there for like a whole day. And they
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna get back to you on that.
But you can go do the research, but that's what I was told.
So they're just not going to the bathroom for days
going
in the streets.
Yes.
No.
Aaron is shaking
Maybe
her
the
head,
homeless
yes.
drunk
Aaron,
people.
Jump in and support me here.
No, don't, Aaron. Okay. Enough.
She hates it when I'm right. She hates it. Anyways.
I'll give you 1 for the year. The year's almost up.
Got my 1 in before it ended. Yay.
Yeah, but I'm still going to fact check you. Anywho.
Let me know.
All right. And now you know. So what's going on this week?
I don't know what's going on this week, but I do know what happened last week.
What happened last week? Why is that funny?
You tell me what's happened last week.
No, I ask you.
What? We did business planning.
This week, which was the original question I asked, which was why I tossed it to you as such.
Yes, if this podcast was coming out today, that would be this week. But it's
so
not.
Now
it's coming out
we're
next week. So this was last week.
No. We're not changing the rules. We just talk.
There's
like we
no
talk.
rules.
We're not. Now we have to do the podcast like it's a week later.
No, but I'm just saying what happened last week. In the last
the
week,
real
what
last
has
week,
happened
or the podcast last week.
in the last week of your life.
Before I kill you.
Lip sync for your life.
So tell me about business planning. What was that?
Tell you about it.
Tell me how it went this year. I know we did it a little bit different.
Well, I thought it went well. We did do it a little bit differently. We used to do from a money standpoint, used to plan business from the money standpoint, and we kind of switched that this year on your advice.
Okay.
And I thought it went well.
What is today's date, Aaron?
December 16th.
December 16th, 2025. Chad took Annie's advice. Somebody mark it down. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know why you got to be so ragged. I've been taking your advice for 15 years and you know it. Just because I don't like to say it out loud doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Okay.
I tell you all the time. I just don't like to say it publicly.
I want it publicly because when
All
you're
right, well, you
criticizing,
just got it.
when you're criticizing, it's public.
So since it was your advice, why don't you tell me how business planning went?
I didn't do what you did.
Oh, you were there.
I was busy. Why don't you want to share? Why are you snorting?
It's not that I want to share. I
Well,
mean, I can share. We did business planning. We did it a little bit differently this year. Normally, we go from start out with how much money you want to make for the year, and we reverse engineer how many sales you need to do. And I just, to your point, you made this point, is that leaves the door open to shortchange yourself because you might be able to make more money than you want to make, but you'll never know that if you start with the building block of how much. Yeah, it's instilling a limiting belief into it from the beginning.
What we've always done, finding your why. But I thought how you did it yesterday was really good because I've always believed, and I don't know that everybody believes that if you don't identify your why, it's like building a house without a foundation. You might have a great blueprint, you might have all these great things, but the first time a little windstorm comes up, it's going to knock you over. So I think that you took a long time yesterday to help them find their why. And I think that's going to move the needle for a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 of them cried in that process. Not, I said that like a win, but your why is emotional. Like it should be if it resonates, right? So like when you have an emotional response like that, emotional resonance with it, that's a good thing. And so, yeah, they, I think a lot of people hear that though, and what you just said, and it made me think like my why in life, what my goal in life is. But we didn't do that yesterday. It's the why of your business.
Right.
In
that's a
distinction,
planning.
And
yes.
It's a huge distinction because your why in life they can be connected, they can be similar, they might even be the same, but it doesn't have to be. It can be different. And understanding your why in business is more than understanding what motivates you to run your business. It's understanding what motivates the consumer to choose you. And that's the big
But I loved how
part of
you
it.
tied that back to that is their value to their client. But
Right.
it's also their foundation, or it's the
100%.
anchor that when deals fall through, or clients ghost you, or the bad things that can happen as a real estate agent, you're grounded because you have your why to fall back on. And that why does motivate you and inspire you.
I went out on a limb, so I'm a huge Simon Sinek fan.
I know you did go out on a limb, and I was holding my breath because it could go. It could. I even looked at you and been like, "What are you doing?"
It was the one activity that I really planned to death, if that makes sense. Like in there, because it is important, and it is like if you don't have that conversation right or do that exercise under the guidelines, then it can get out of control very fast.
Right.
To your point,
it could have went south.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm a big Simon Sinek fan, and I love watching him. So if you've never looked up Simon Sinek, look him up. He became a famous author. He's a coach, a accountability, a life coach. And he became famous for his understanding of the why in the business world. So he started consulting.
His claim to fame.
Yeah, it's his claim to fame. He started consulting in the business world with companies, not necessarily people, but groups of collaborative companies like Microsoft and, those types of companies, bigger companies, on their businesses' why. And getting everybody to buy into that.
But how did you take that how did you come up with the questions you asked them?
Yeah, I've watched him do it 100,000 times.
It's not the high level. It was their business.
He has a book that it was the first book he ever wrote, and I'm blanking on the exact title of it, but it's something about finding your why.
Right.
And it goes through that why. And in that book, he talks about how he discovered that and what he realized, and then he put together a coaching process by which you help somebody else discover your why. And so I've just watched him do it on podcasts.
And what were the questions you asked?
Like 600 times with different people.
Yeah.
And so there's 3 questions. You need to partner up with somebody if you wanted to do it. Like anybody can do it. It's best if you partner with somebody that doesn't, for this exercise, because I've also heard people say like, in finding your why, it's best to like call somebody that knows you the best, right? In this exercise, he argues that it's actually best to do it with somebody that doesn't have any biases towards you. So they don't know.
Right. So we paired them.
Yeah, they don't know you well. Like they may know you, they're comfortable talking to you, but they're not like your best friend. You don't share your
They're not
deepest,
going to answer
darkest
the questions
secrets.
for you.
Exactly, because it's very important in the exercise that...
Because you would answer my questions for me.
Exactly. When you're sitting there, there's a listener and there's a storyteller in the exercise. And Simon Sinek always plays the listener, always. And the storyteller is the person that's trying to find their why. And so your job as the listener is to listen for emotional resonance and recurring themes and verbs in these specific 3 questions that you ask. And the first question is about a time. So the first story that you ask a question. So if you're the storyteller, I'm the listener, I would ask you the first question. The first question is, tell me about a time where you were very excited, overcome with joy, happy about a real estate transaction or a client interaction or something to do with your real estate business that you've had somewhat recently. Tell me the story. That's the question, right? And so then they go back and forth. But the whole point, again, is that I'm not leading you. I'm just listening to whatever story you pick. And I'm listening for why it made you so happy. What was it that
How
you
did you
were
do
doing?
that? Is there like a questionnaire that they're answering while you're telling it?
No. So there's spots to take notes. What you're listening for when you're the listener is verbs. So what did they do? What actions did they take? What from that standpoint. And then the second thing you're listening for is, what impact did it have on the person that the interaction was with, right? So it's twofold. You're listening for, what did the real estate agent or what did the storyteller do, take action on? And then the second part is, how did that affect somebody else? Or impact somebody else, right? So those are the notes. And those are the same 2 notes that you take through all 3 of the stories. The second story is, in your real estate business, tell me about a time you got really, really frustrated, but kept going anyways and didn't give up. And listening for the same thing. What was the verb that they were doing that kept them going through the transaction? And what was that ultimate impact on the client, on the other agent, on the person that was telling the story? And then the third one is a personal story from your early childhood or late childhood, early adulthood, preferably before you get into real estate. And it's just a story about a time that you felt joy, right? Like you felt good, like it was the right thing to do. You did something right. You had a big win. And you listen for the same thing,
and
verbs, and then that. And so then you take those verbs, and typically in those 3 stories, even though they're 3 very different stories, you will see a recurring verb, like somebody is protecting, right? Or they're educating,
teaching,
or they're simplifying something or something like that, right? Encouraging them. Always ing, present progressive, right? And then the impact, is what happened to the person. That impact in all 3 of those different people will also generally be the same. And so once you've answered the 3 questions, you have a conversation about, what are those 2 sides of it? What was it in the 3 stories that you were doing? And what was the impact on those people in that story? And that's your why. So you write that down. So your verb that you were doing. So for mine, when I've done this in the past, it always comes back to solving something or demystifying or understanding something. And so I like the word demystifying. I've used that in the past before, and I've written that down for myself. But so my why in real estate is demystifying the process so that is the same in everything. And then you put the outcome or the impact on the other people at the end of it. So mine is like demystifying the process of a real estate transaction so that consumers can make an educated, calm choice. And that is literally why I do everything. And the funny thing is that I can put that there with the demystifying so that there's calm, right? And everybody knows what's going on. I can put that in anything I do as the brokerage manager at a brokerage here. I'm not a manager, but as a mentor here at the broker, as a leader at the brokerage, I do the same thing for the agents. I want to demystify the process of selling real estate or finding clients so that you can make an easy decision as a real estate agent on how you want to run your business. Like,
how many ahas were there yesterday?
I
with the
counted
agents?
3.
Yeah. Because it is different than how we've done it in the past.
Yeah.
So
I had, like I said, 3.
But everybody's made sense when they said it.
Mm-hmm. To who they are and how they behave. Right.
And why they do what they do. And
right.
it's also good for us as the leader to understand what their why is, because they're not going to go through a transaction like you would or I would. And that's kind of, it's kind of like doing the disc profile to understand how to interact with somebody. It's also important to understand how they show up for their clients so that we're not coaching them to do that differently.
Well, and you know what's funny is and this is just tip for, I do this now. I didn't do this so much with the clients. You're really good at this with the clients, but you're always searching for the why in the conversation, even without having that structured conversation, right? With the 3 questions. When you have a good relationship with somebody or when you're building a relationship with somebody, they'll typically share those stories at random points or on a whim with you. And so if you're really paying attention and trying to build the relationship, you usually will know somebody's why before. But that's also why you shouldn't do the exercise with somebody you know, because
we added
you
that.
don't want to be led. But
it's so funny. There should be a why for everything. And I know, I coach on that for as long as you've known me, but even we added it to our roadmap for buying. Yeah. Before you even start working with the buyer, you have to know why.
Right.
It's not just to have a house. They have a reason. What is their why? Right.
Yeah.
So, because that guides you. So
I thought that went well. Yeah. And then we went from there and we broke the business, which I think is another thing that people don't realize is that people think, especially realtors, think that selling houses is just that. It's selling houses. It's not. You're running a business. And so they're no different with any business, right? The 3-legged stool comes to mind. Every business is got legs underneath of it, right? A foundation underneath of it. When you're selling real estate, that's what's sitting on the stool. But what are those legs consisting of that holds that stool up? And if you have 3 legs, without one of them, the stool falls over. You don't sell any, right?
So with 4, you wobble.
It's 4, you wobble potentially. Exactly.
I hate a 4-legged stool.
Right. So going through and identifying those 3 legs of the business, or I like to call them circles, because we have a circle thing around here and a 1 thing around here. But so we went through then, after we discovered our why, we went through and discovered what is our business made of, which is
don't you find
your
it
3
amazing,
circles in your business: operations, marketing, sales. Like, what are those things?
Right. All the hats they wear.
Yes.
Because if you don't go through that plan, I think so many realtors, the reason that their plans don't work when they don't give them as much thought, but they really wait to have a client and then they sell a house, and then they wait to have a client and then they sell a house. Well, you are the operations, you are the marketing person. So you're not just the guy who sells the house.
Right.
And you have to realize that or you won't be successful. You're the CEO, the marketing guru, the whole bit. So I thought that was really good yesterday.
Yeah. So we did the 3 circles, and some people had more circles, some people had less circles, and that's okay. Everybody's going to be a little bit different.
And some of those circles could be combined.
And identifying them, but
takes skill.
It does take skill, but I identify your circles, because I think that what's jumping out to you as a circle within your business is probably an area you need help on, right? Because it's the big glaring problem that you don't understand most of the time. So I think it was good, whatever their circles were. And then we wrote 2 goals per circle for the year.
Yeah.
And SMART goals, obviously, I think
that's
everybody knows what that is now.
Hard for people to really get that.
SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So we wrote 2 of those per circle. And then we took those 6, let's say, because you had 3 circles, and we put together a daily, weekly, monthly action plan of how to accomplish those goals. So if you had, whatever it was, you start with one of them and you start building those things together. And it's a process for sure, because you got to go back and adjust the goals as you realize, that's not going to be able to happen at the same time that's going to happen or whatever. So then after you land on your 6 goals, the only thing left to do is figure out how you're going to pay for it. And so I send them home with homework because that's a very personal thing. I don't like to do a lot of budget stuff.
Right. But that is also a huge aha for people in our industry. Your commission check is not your paycheck.
Right.
Your commission check is an injection into your little business. It's your operating fund.
Right. So, and that was the exercise. So you have your 6 goals refined. Once you have those down and you're set with that's what you want to accomplish next year, you need to go through and figure out what is the cost to make that goal happen. So is there apps that you have to sign up for? Is there, advertising dollars? Is there classes
Did you
need
talk
to
about
take?
taxes, holding back taxes?
All of that kind of stuff. Yeah. We start with the goals, come up with your cost, your operating cost, right? And then you add in the additional expenses that you need, which would be, gas, your car payment, anything you use for your business that might also be used for personal, your tax write-offs, right? You're going to add those in, and then whatever money you want to put in your pocket or spend on frivolous stuff, which would be your net income for the year, or your salary, or your paycheck. Add that in. And then now you've got what it costs you to run your business. And the last step is how much money do I make on every transaction on average? And then I go back and make sure. A
percentage.
Did I go back and am I going to do enough sales to be able to accomplish everything I want to accomplish?
And pay myself.
What I want to pay myself and all of that. And if not, adjust the goals.
Right.
And you keep going through that circle. And that's part of the problem with doing it together too, which we did to that point. But once you do your budget, you got to go back to the goals, and then your goals might change because you didn't realize you needed as much money as you did. And then your budget changes again. So it's that you keep going in that circle until you've balanced your budget.
I think it was great. I think 2026 is going to be fabulous.
Yeah. I think everybody that came was very motivated when they walked away.
I do too. Good job.
It's astonishing to me that not everybody does that. It's crazy. But yeah, if you want to take any part of that, feel free to holler at us. Send us a form on the website, wakinguptowinpodcast.com. If you want to find your why or understand about your business plan, we would love to interview some agents that are not our agents, right? I always find that fascinating.
To see what their process is.
Yeah, head over to the website and submit a form if you want to be a special feature. Super excited about that, by the way. We're getting ready to release our first special feature episode, Waking Up to Win. We're going to have Tammy Mueller, right?
Soon.
On the podcast soon. We're going to talk all about mentoring. She's our mentor extraordinaire. So what it takes to be a good mentor and all of that kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that special episode too.
Well,
what is going on in real estate?
Give us the headlines.
Google in MLS. Google officially launched MLS listings in select markets, entering the portal wars.
I know. I was pretty excited about that when I saw it. I know,
we
right?
Love Google.
It's like bipolar response from people, though, too. You either love that or you hate it. What the one comment I saw.
You shouldn't be surprised.
I know. The one comment I saw was don't forget, we own the data. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, dear God, people. I cannot take it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Google to have listings, though. I think that that's something that they've missed out on. And I also, diving deeper into the economics of that, I think that Google thinks Zillow's on its way out of business.
Do you now?
I do, because why else would they, after all these years, jump into that space if they didn't think there was going to be some market share opening up? That's what I took from that headline.
I did not. I just thought it was great.
I was excited because I mean, anywhere you're going to put my listing extra is fabulous. I'm fine with it. Don't care. So, but
good headline. Good headline.
I'm excited to see what happens with that.
All right.
All right. Commercial potential. Lower interest rates are expected to boost the commercial property market.
Good. It freaking needs it. We're coming up on that crash. Mark my words. What did I say?
You heard it here?
What did I say? What year did I say?
I don't remember.
2028.
Did you?
That'll be the year that the market falls out from underneath commercial real estate. Mark my words.
I'm not going to bet on that.
I'm making a bold prediction.
Okay. I'm going to let you.
Okay. What the floop?
What the floop?
So this is from one of our real estate Facebook groups that we're a part of. Rocket Mortgage said to my signed buyer client that they have, quote, better, unquote, realtors who can get off-market homes for them. Is this appropriate?
No. Rocket Mortgage said that? First of all, how the hell would you know Rocket Mortgage? You are not realtors. You are not in the business of selling homes. None of you have ever even showed a home or consulted a client.
They don't care.
You're not licensed for it.
But they want you, when you're doing a loan with them, they want you to use a realtor that they're tied to.
Of course they do.
And that's
because that
their
realtor
game.
is paying them.
They don't know anything in between. And I know that those Rocket Mortgage guys, oh gosh, this is where Annie gets nervous about what she's going to say.
No, say it. Who cares?
But I mean,
if we're not making waves, we're not doing our job.
As a realtor, when somebody comes, especially on the other side of a deal, and Rocket Mortgage is their lender.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, give me a sound effect. Give me the wah, wah, wah.
That was appropriate, actually. It was totally appropriate.
I was looking for a wah, wah, wah.
But it's a joke, too.
You know, I had the worst.
They don't mean anything. It's aggravating as hell when they do that.
No, but I'm going to tell you a story. The worst Rocket Mortgage person we ever had was counteracting every argument I had to the client for using them.
Mm-hmm.
They were local, he could be there, whatever. And then kept telling the client that he could do what I knew he could not do because no one else could do it. And they don't live under their own rules. They're all governed by the same
federal regulations.
So I kept saying, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be possible. And we had another option. The other option was a little bit trickier. The other option was going to cost a little more money. The client was adamant that Bob from Rocket Mortgage was going to get it done. Well, guess what happened? Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I find
deal
it
fell
funny
apart, and they did not buy a house.
I find it funny that they're telling their clients that they have better realtors. Your loan officers suck. Who are you to tell a client that you have a better realtor? Your loan officers don't even know what they're doing. Your pre-approval letters, literally, it might as well be a Word document that I made on my computer at home.
Right. But you got to they're not their realtors. The only reason they're doing it because it's that quid pro quo.
It's the same thing as a Zillow agent. Right. There's no such thing as a Zillow agent.
They have no idea if their realtors are any good. They just know, and they're probably not because they're using you as their lead source. So there. Don't call us Rocket Mortgage. We really don't care what you have to say.
Nope. Go away. You and Redfin both. Redfin. That's their agents. Redfin agents.
Are they?
Owned by the same company, I think. You might want to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I don't even have
dumb.
Two concerns for that.
Don't use Rocket Mortgage. You heard it here. I don't care what they say. Sue me.
Oh, great. I'm going to get sucked into that.
Oh, now she's figured out the fucking sound effects.
We still haven't gotten
it's all like Donkey Kong.
That's my favorite one.
You can change our voices too if you scroll over to the next bank.
Oh, I'll pay you to change his.
Make it a little squeaky.
like the chipmunks.
Rocket Mortgage.
That's what I hear when they call and those people talk to me. They're talking like Alvin and the chipmunks.
That's funny.
Robot. I am a robot.
Oh, that's actually what they sound like. For sure, what they sound like.
I am a monster. I say that to my kids. I'm not mommy. I'm a monster.
You did do that when they were kids. No wonder your kids are so jacked up. That and you used to hide in the back of the closet. That's my all-time favorite story.
But also,
we do not have time for it today.
My son is afraid of spiders, and as I now sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider to my grandkids, I had this epiphany.
You know why?
I get to the very end, and after I do, and out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again, then I would go, the spider get you! And I would do that, and I'm like, grown man, he's petrified of spiders. My fault. Therapy.
Apologize to your son.
I'm sorry, children. I was a bad mom.
All right. We'll see y'all next week. Have a great week. All right. That's a wrap on another week of chaos, closings, and questionable decisions.
If this episode made you laugh, think, or text your real estate bestie like, girl, this is us, do us a favor.
Hit that subscribe button, leave a quick review, follow us on socials, or send us your own unhinged real estate stories. Seriously, we want to share them.
And hey, don't just survive this week. Get out there and build your business.
You've got everything it takes.
We'll be back next week with more chaos and more clarity.
Until then,
Keep waking up to win.